Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a very special edition of Size Eyes in the Skies, where we are covering the first winter storm of 2009. I'm being joined by Nathan Gogo. Obviously, this is a very dangerous situation going on outside right now.
I was going to say, what a winter storm it is, and it's because we have so many elements to the storm. We have the wind, we have the snow, we have, just the snow cover. People don't maybe think that, a winter storm can be that dangerous, but definitely with the amount of snow we're having, with the wind chill, it's very dangerous outside, so I recommend no one go outside if you can possibly do it. So.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the snow is still flying out there at this hour, obviously, and it doesn't look like it's going to be letting up anytime soon. And it's only a matter of time before those winds kick in and make it absolutely dangerous to be even outside.
Definitely tonight around 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, it's just, yeah, like you said, it's not going to be, you're not going to be able to even, it's going to be whiteout conditions, so.
Absolutely, low visibilities, and we're going to be here for as long as it takes to cover everything from road conditions, warnings, school cancellations, everything. We got the whole map covered, so we're going to make sure that we take care of that tonight on this special broadcast. But yeah, absolutely, I mean, it is treacherous outside.
And I heard by 11 a.m. they already had 85 reported accidents, so I can't even imagine how much there is now. There's got to be over 200, so.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we are going to send it to the wall right now with Rachel to talk about the road conditions and warnings.
Right, thank you, Tyler. And we're going to take a look at our road conditions now. This is definitely not a system to mess with. As you can see here, these oranges, that's where travel is not advised. So those are roads that you definitely do not want to go out on. This is a night where you just stay at home and just make sure that you're not affected by this storm. Now, the oranges are the travel not advised. The pinks here, the darker pinks, that means that the road is covered by a mixture of snow and ice. So that is definitely dangerous, and I could definitely see that these roads up here, those could definitely turn into the travel not advised. And as you can see here, right here is where the low is coming from. So the southwestern part of the state here, that's where they're getting the brunt of the storm, and that's just going to keep on progressing northeastward. So we're going to see the effects of that very soon. As you can see here, this is just snow-covered roads, also something to definitely not mess with. This is definitely not a storm that you want to take lightly by any means. Now, for our watches and warnings, we are under a blizzard warning from tonight at 9 p.m. all the way till 6 p.m. tomorrow, and that's the entire state of Iowa here. And this right here, we are also under a winter storm warning. Now, the criteria for a blizzard warning is that we have a visibility of a quarter mile or less, so that is definitely whiteout conditions, not anything you want to drive out in. And we also have to have sustained winds for 3 hours of 35 miles per hour. So definitely not anything you want to mess with. This is a very dangerous storm, so we're going to take a look at our radar right now. Well, we're going to take a look at our radar, our localized radar here in Des Moines here in a second. As you can see here, this green area, that's the heavier snow bands. We're seeing the effects of that now, and it looks like we're going to see a little bit of a break, but that's not going to be for that long of a time. We're going to see more snow right after that, and we'll zoom down to the Omaha area. They're also seeing heavy bands of snow there, so we're up to 10 inches here in Ames, and that's just going to keep adding on and adding on. Now, we'll take it back to the desk with Tyler and Nathan.
Thank you very much, Rachel. Actually, right now, we're going to go ahead and we're going to take a look at the current snowfall totals out there right now, if we can pull that up, if that's available at this time. Well, there we go. Here we go. Now, Ames has actually seen about 7 to 9 inches, obviously. So, I mean, that's still coming down quite fast. And then
we still got a lot more time to go.
Absolutely. And just in Des Moines, even just to the south of us, they've seen 8 to 11 inches. And that's just since the snowfall began this morning.
So definitely a lot more than we expected probably yesterday. I know we were expecting, well, a big winter storm, but this is definitely, a little more than we expected. So it's just amazing how much we are getting right now.
Oh, no, absolutely. Absolutely. You can't stress it enough. I mean, and there's still more totals coming in. I mean, this is not over by a long shot by any means. But actually, we're going to take a look at we're going to have a video? Or maybe not. Maybe not. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and we're going to take a look at some footage that we recorded earlier this evening of the snow outside. So if we can roll the footage of that, that'd be great. Take a look.
Let's go ahead now and take a look at our 7 p.m. measurement. Now, it's been snowing here for about 5 hours, about heavily for about 3 hours. A lot of snow already on the ground, as you can see. Let's go ahead and take the measurement with a good old ruler. And if you take a look there, it's about 6.5 inches. I measured some of the drifts earlier. They were up to 9, so I think a good estimate for what's falling here in Ames is probably about 7 inches. The bad news is it's going to continue. This has just started. You could probably expect at least a foot here in Ames, potentially maybe up to 15. But the true deadline, or the true statement here, is that it's not going to be below a foot. A lot of snow. As you can see, the winds are slowly beginning to pick up. It's going to get way worse. Blizzard conditions are imminent. That's why there are blizzard warnings out. But hey, with that, let's go ahead and learn more about this back at the desk.
Oh, hey, well, there's a surprise. Hey, welcome back. That was a good thing. And as you can see, just in Ames, that was very dangerous outside.
Completely. I mean, that was after only a couple hours of the real heavy stuff, and we already saw that much snow. It was crazy.
Yeah, I mean, those big flakes started picking up around 2 or 3 o'clock this afternoon. Yep. Now, it hasn't let up ever since. It is obviously very dangerous outside, and, you know, hopefully no one's driving around. As you saw, no one was outside, so hopefully they heed the warnings.
Earlier this evening on Interstate 30, I believe, there had been 8-car accident, 3 semis and 5 cars all collided with each other. I mean, that's dangerous conditions, folks. You cannot be out there with this.
Yeah, there was I was watching the 6 o'clock news this evening, and they were discussing how there was semi crashes, which are just, I mean, people got to be careful out there. I mean, you got to take things one step at a time out there with winter driving. I mean, that's just not something to joke about. I mean,
yes, and when you see a crash, folks, you've got a responsibility to just slow down, make sure the road crew helping them out isn't going to be in trouble. We're going to actually send it over.
Yeah, we got to go to the wall. There we go. We're going to send it to the wall right now with Nathan Gogo.
Well, you talk about the storm, the totals, the accumulation, but the sleeper in this situation is really the temperature. We have very low temperature here, 25 degrees, and with that winds expecting to get gusts by overnight, 50-mile-per-hour gusts excelling that miles per hour. So 25, and this is going to drop actually 23 dew point and 93% humidity, giving us a lot of moisture, that fluffy snow. So let's take a look around temperatures. 21 in Fort Dodge, 28 in Creston, 28 in Ankeny. You can see this colder temperatures are going to move into our area, already lower 20s in the west part of Iowa. So let's take a look at temperature for Tuesday. 23, as you can see, 27 Des Moines, more temperatures. 19 already in the teens out in Sioux City. So you can see those temperatures are going to drop, and by overnight hours, we can be in the single digits. And with those winds gusting, excelling 50 miles per hour winds, you can see why the wind chill is going to be 10 to 20 below. So definitely you got the snow, you've got the wind and the cold temperatures. That's a very dangerous situation. If you get stuck around the highways or anything, make sure you have the survival kit so you don't get stuck in those cold temperatures. Definitely some blankets in your car if you have to travel. As we said before, we do not recommend it. Let's take a look at temperatures around the whole Midwest. -1 in Denver right now. Rapid City sitting at a single-digit 1 right there, and so is Bismarck. So you can see, like I said before, that colder temperature moving across our area at a rapid pace. 33 in Kansas City, over 30 degrees difference in about the length of Kansas. So that's going to drop. The winds are going to pick up, the temperatures are going to drop, and the snow is going to keep on plowing through. So the Midwest radar here, you can see this huge system here over Iowa, and you can see this isn't ending anytime soon, as we still have a lot of snow coming our way. As you can see off to Chicago here, and even to the east, you're going to see a lot of rain with that. So flooding is a big issue here. Let's send it back to the desk with Tyler.
Well, Sam's here too, but no, here we go. Well, welcome back, and I know this is very hectic right now, but bear with us. Now, actually, we're going to go ahead. We're going to pull up right now, hour by hour, the hour-by-hour forecast. Here we go. For 9 o'clock tonight, obviously that snow is still going to be flying, and the temperature is going to begin to plummet.
Yeah, we're already looking at 15 degrees temperature, winds 20 miles per hour, and then we move on to 12 a.m.
Oh, yeah, but no, absolutely. But then, as you notice, when midnight kicks around, and as far as the rest of the night, overnight, into tomorrow morning, look at those gusts. 30, 40, 50. The winds are what's going to make the storm beyond dangerous and all. You know, this is what's going to be the worst part of it. But now, actually, let's also go ahead and let's take a look at some projected totals out of this, because there are some. Oh, there we go. Snowfall maps. As you can see, in northwest Iowa is going to see the lesser of the amount, and as you go ahead and progress to the southeast there, it begins to get worse. As you see over central Iowa, Ames, Des Moines, Iowa City, Waterloo, Cedar Rapids, they're going to see the 10 to 15 inches of snow plus. And so, I mean, there could be even some areas of localized heavier snowfall as well. So, I mean, and we haven't even seen that official total as of yet. But, I mean, there is still snow flying, like we said. So be ready for at least a foot or more. I mean, this is obviously, I mean, we can't stress enough that this is a very dangerous winter storm, the first one of the season. So, yeah, it is absolutely crazy out there right now, and it doesn't look like it's going to be letting up anytime soon.
You're definitely right about that. This is probably, didn't mean to scare you.
I know, I don't know where you came from.
Since about 2003, this is really the worst weather event that we've seen here in central Iowa. And really, like you said, we were projecting high snowfall amounts, very high winds. I mean, really, this is the first snow of the winter season. We had that dusting a few days ago.
Yep.
We had that inch of snow a few days after that.
Right.
But
And now this is like the main event. I mean,
yeah.
Like you said, I mean, it was since about 2003 since Central Iowa rather saw its record snowfall for the day, so to speak. I mean, so that was 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to think that now here we are. We're ready for, winter 2009, 2010, and here we go. Starting off with a bang.
It's a bad situation. I mean,
yeah.
The forecast has been really consistent the whole time through since last week.
Yeah,
so it's
absolutely.
Really amazing.
The models have called this storm, like a week in advance, a week ahead of time.
And it seems to be getting stronger, and out there right now, it's just a mess. So
yeah, I mean,
we can't stress enough, no traveling tonight.
Yeah, you have the worst elements. You have all the snowfall. Unbelievable totals, 10 to 15 inches just for our area and surrounding areas as well.
It is unbelievable. And
then you get those winds. That's going to be the rude awakening, the worst part of it all, so to speak.
Yeah, and we're going to have some information a little later about what's going to happen. I know all the people are wondering, well, what about classes tomorrow? And we'll have more on that later, but
yeah.
I think we're going to go over to Sam, who has a look at the snowfall forecast amounts from one of our models and the rest of your forecast.
Well, thank you, Matt. Folks, for you just tuning in recently, we are going to look at snowfall totals here coming up pretty quick. Pretty soon, I promise, as we get past this Midwest Next rad thing. But as you can see from okay, here we go, thank you. We're looking at 2.3 inches of snowfall up in Rochester. Sioux Falls is looking at 3.4 inches. Omaha, 6.3 inches of snow. That's, half a foot, folks. Ames, 3.7 inches. As we go over to the east side of the state, we see 1.3 inches in the Quad Cities. Ames is looking at 3.7 and 2.3 down at Joseph. Now, as we move through the day, we're looking at 9.9 inches up in Rochester. Ames is at 9.4. Quad Cities, 2.5. St. Joseph, 4.2 inches of snow. And as we look at our jet streams through the Iowa, heavy snow down there in the south. Everything's pushing towards the western part of the country, just with high winds and everything. It's absolutely nuts. Then it curves along, and we get very, very cold temperatures. The winds have slowly pushed out to the east of Iowa, and we got more snow, temperatures dropping, close to very cold wind chills. And now we look at our jet streams across the nation. We start over in the western part of the U.S., and it curves kind of down south and up through to the east part, following this trend. And that's really just bringing these cold temperatures down for all across the country, as you can see. Now here's Iowa under the influence of this low pressure system. Very cold, lots of snow, wind, all making very dangerous conditions out there, as I'm sure you can tell. And this is bringing in these frigid conditions across the Midwest. Very windy. This nice low pressure system is moving across over Florida, Mississippi, Alabama, making it kind of nasty for them down there as well. And as you can see, folks, this is a very high pressure gradient of wind across the state, which means they're going to be experiencing extreme winds for the next couple of days. 45, 30 mile per hour winds. Very nasty to be outside right now. And as we look at tonight's forecast, we have snow and high winds, northwest 25 to 30 miles per hour with 10 degrees. So you need to stay inside, folks. Take care of your pets, make sure they're safe. And tomorrow we're looking at blizzard conditions for sure. Wind northwest 25 to 35 miles per hour and 13-degree temperatures is the high. So I'm going to send it back now to the desk with Tyler. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sam. And obviously, one of the big things about having a winter storm like this is, of course, the school cancelings, the delays, and of the like. And obviously, as far as today's concerned, many things were canceled this afternoon and tonight. So obviously, pretty much everything was.
Yes.
So,
yes.
But yeah, as far as Iowa State, though, as far as the college for tomorrow, 6 a.m. is the call that they'll make for tomorrow, whether or not they're going to cancel school for tomorrow. And here you go.
That is the plan. Looks like, again today, all Tuesday evening classes, so any tests